Hello bitches, Joe Pal Brian. Well, I did a post on this and what I found was operator failure. You have a bunch of different things that you can plug into the back of the camera. You can get it to do stills and other things, or you can plug in the power port, and I plugged in an erroneous
11.5 volts
port, not the power port, so it was operator failure. Shocking. This is why I should never be allowed to fly a scale or real airplane, because I make errors like this, and people, pilots, lie to me, and they go, "Oh, you'd be good to go. You'd take it seriously if your life depended on it." I go, "Hey, you'd think." But I don't know that it's a matter of taking it seriously or not, but more so just simply not seeing it. And I think that goes into the real world. I think some of these guys, when they're flying or are going to go fly, it isn't that they're careless. In fact, I say this about witnesses. I have witnesses on my job. And I say that if you were to hypnotize them, that they would have seen what they said they saw. I fully believe it. Second flight of Tundy. I just don't believe what they saw was correct. That's all. So when you're evaluating people like that, it's something to realize that, let's shut this thing here down, that they're not lying. They just didn't see it, what they thought they saw.
Flaps half.
Coming out.
Flaps
Taking off.
half. Flaps up.
It's kind of funny. I had
11.5 volts.
I'd adjusted the camera wrong. It was tilted up a bit, so all I could see was kind of directly out the front, rather than seeing a little bit of the ground as reference. But what I do when I do that, because it looked fine on the water, you know,
11.5 volts.
is I just fly it until I figure it out. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's 175 degrees here. Oh shit. Okay, they were way in front of me. And it's ceasing to be fun to be out here. I think I might fly each plane, maybe, because I mean, I'm just sweat's pouring off of me.
11.5 volts.
My glasses are fogging up. I really don't ever fly sitting down unless it's FPV. It's kind of nice. Although I'm a huge fan of standing. Listen to 70s radio on Amazon. It's funny because in life I juxtaposition myself from where I am now to where I was
11.5 volts.
10 years ago, or even 20 years ago, or 30 or 50. And it's funny, I around 1974 I'd bought myself a Zenith AM/FM compact radio. Oh, I used to just wear that thing out, listen to what was it? I wish I could remember the radio station. See if I do.
11.5 volts.
See if I remember it in a bit. Oh man, I'm being blinded by my own sweat. This is terrible. My glasses are fogging. It wasn't WTOG, was it? But anyway, I used to listen to my local radio station and listen to the Doobie Brothers, and then time would go on and I'd get albums. A friend of mine taught me into joining Columbia Records, and
11.5 volts.
my parents, for better or worse, were good enough to make certain I paid them off by buying the amount of records I needed to buy myself out of the club. There we go, I can see now. Then got married and CDs came along, and I taught my wife into buying a CD player. It played one, $109.
11.5 volts.
Then I got a portable one that would skip. Oh man, I've got to isolate Into the Tube Deep's Tundra and Let's Do It and put it on my radio. I wonder if I feel like doing that today. So then the internet would come along and Napster, and I would end up with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of songs, many of which I owned on many CDs. And the cool thing about Napster was you could find covers where groups had covered other songs, which was neat, that really weren't published, that you could buy.
Volts.
You see, I'm extending this flight because I'm probably not going to fly the other airplanes. I'm fucking cooking out here. Well, Friday, my third day off in a row. I'm all happy about that.
Volts.
Only thing I got to do this afternoon is take Pup to the vet for her checkup, and my longtime vets, I had two of them who owned a single practice, and they were just wonderful. They were economical and didn't try to sell you shit you didn't need. And I was nervous about them retiring, and I mean nervous, and they finally retired after all these years. What a shame. I mean, it's like the whole community's devastated.
11.5 volts.
So everybody's giving the new vet a chance. Turns out he's cool. They say. I'll find out today. And the worst that they could say about him is that he was progressive, which is wonderful, because much as I like the other guys, I do like the idea of there being new tech. My dog, some of them, if you fix them just prior to their first heat, develop incontinence, and she has, and there's a med that we use that I think is literally what they make meth out of, and I think it's probably harsh on her, I really do, and it's getting to where it just barely keeps her incontinence under control. And then they have other therapies like hormone therapy, but they say that makes them fat.
11.5 volts.
I'm going to discuss with him if there are any other alternatives to those two, and possibility of putting her on hormone therapy. You know, you reduce their intake, and that's all they eat. So I mean, you gotta get calories from somewhere, and I don't know that it necessarily make her fat. Doesn't bother me at all to reduce intake on her. I do it to myself every fucking day.
11.5 volts.
What a nice morning, though. Didn't lose my plane. I'll never make that mistake again, not see where I'm plugging my battery in at. I literally just ran out of battery. That's what I did. And luckily it happened over there, about 1,000 feet away, and not in the trees.
11.5 volts.
Oh, getting a little breeze. Jesus Christ. Oops, knocking my plane around a little bit though. Just sweat's pouring down my face.
11.5 volts.
It's hilarious. Big